$10 in a basket, and then he backed everybody up against a diathermy machine and diagnosed them from that. Irv says that's not the way you practice medicine. And there was a group in Long Beach that wanted him, but he would have been the last one to come in. He was 40 some odd years old. It took a lot of courage because he liked his practice in Iowa. We had a beautiful home. We lived well. I was going to be the richest widow in all of Iowa, and he liked it. He loved being a big frog in a small pond. But number one child, Fritzi, had gotten quite interested in a nice Greek boy, and I think that finished her. We used to send the girls to Water.
When she was in Iowa.
Yeah, but she was already registered at the University of Iowa. Listen, how could you? We had 100 Jewish families in Mason City. Mm-hmm. There was one Jewish boy in Fritzi's class. His name was Stanley Garfin. She had known him from the time they started school together, or maybe before. There were 3 Jewish girls. You can't say to a girl who lives in a small town that you can never go out with a Gentile boy. Of course you can. So I saw to it that they went to Waterloo, Cedar Rapids, they went to Sioux City, they went to Omaha for the AZA conventions, they went to Des Moines. We sent them everywhere so that they could get Jewish contacts, particularly when they got to be grown up. When your mother was about 13 or so, and she was going to Omaha to an AZA conference with her sister Fritzi, and they were going to stay at my folks' house, Bubbie and Zada Shapiro.
This is when they made the big stop at Coniglia's Pizza.
No, I don't know about that one.
No, maybe when we came to Omaha, she said we should stop and see if there's a Coniglia's, and Essie was saying, oh, they closed that years ago.
Yeah.
That was the big thrill was to go to Coniglia's
The big
Pizza.
thrill was that your mother Sherry needed a pair of shoes, so I took her down to
What's this child
buy
gone
her.
Barefoot for?
Yeah, no, I took her down to buy her a pair of shoes, and she wanted high heels because she was going to Omaha to the AZA conference or convention or whatever it was, conference I think, and they were coming from Kansas City and St. Joseph and all these places, big city type things. And so we tried on shoes, and she wanted high heels. I said, well, we'll see how you walk in them. She couldn't walk in them. Her feet were wobbling all over, and she couldn't even stand up in them. I said, Sherry, you can't have those. You can get what they called a military heel. It was about yay big. And I said, you can have those. Mom, I gotta have high heels because they're everywhere. I said, you can't walk in them. You can't have them. So I said, that's it. We're not going to do it. So I came home, and she called my father. And my father says to me, he wants to talk to me. And she says, your dad's on the phone. And my father said to me, what is my son-in-law doing in Iowa? He can't even afford to buy my child a pair of shoes. I said, Pa, I'm going to buy her shoes, but she can't walk in the damn things. I'm going to buy her shoes that's got a sensible heel. He says, if she wants high heels, let her have high heels. I said, she can't walk in them. I said, and he's muttering to himself that my husband does not making a livelihood for his grandchildren. They don't even have a pair of shoes. So they went to Omaha without the high heels, and she came in, and my father calls my sister Esther, and guess who took Sherry down to Baker's shoe store in Omaha and bought her a pair of high heels that she could hardly wobble around in with my father's money because his son-in-law couldn't afford to buy her a pair of high heels. Or a pair of shoes, not high heels. It was the same thing with my daughter Leslie Deborah. She wanted a horse. And I said, when we have everything we need, we will get you a horse. You want a pool, we need this, we want to build an addition. I gave her the list of things, and this is for the family. So now at this time we cannot afford a horse. She calls my father. My father said, my granddaughter wants a horse, so buy her a horse. I said, Pa, I'll buy the damned horse. I can get it for $100. But you support the horse. It cost me $150 to keep the damned horse in oats and hay and whatever. And I have to take her over there to groom it. I can't afford to support the horse. I got to put a kid through college for that kind of money. $120 a month I think they wanted. So my father declined. But that's how the kids did. They called my dad, and he says, if my granddaughter wants it, why shouldn't she have it? I said, because I can't afford it. I don't want her to have it. But he felt that whatever they wanted, they should have. Fritzi said to Zada Shapiro, you know, we're going to California. We may not be back ever, and I think we should have a movie camera so we could record all these things that you could see. So he went out and bought her a movie camera. He bought her a movie camera. That's the first time that we had a movie camera. But I still have it too somewhere. That's Fritzi. That's the way it went. Shut it off, Steve, for just a minute. Light is not flashing. Well, it was now. It's